Okay, it's a little after 6 in the morning. I'm filling up my large bathtub with water because I live in the area where we're going to have a lot of heavy wind and a lot of rain, up to 10 to 15 inches of rain. And say the power might go out. So my wife told me to, fill up the bathtub in case we needed water to, flush the commodes. And I have to go out and get gas in a gas can because we went out and bought a new chainsaw yesterday. In case trees come down, they're saying trees could come down today. I live in the western North Carolina area, so that Helene, or whatever the name of that hurricane, tropical storm, whatever it's going to be, we're supposed to get some of that. And another thing I haven't mentioned is, unbelievably, tomorrow morning we are supposed to fly out to Miami because we're going on a cruise. Well, we don't know if we'll be flying out tomorrow at around 10 o'clock in the morning or not because of the weather. It's supposed to be actually the worst tomorrow. But anyway, I got a lot to do today, so let's get started. And here we go, heading down the mountain to see what we can see. Well, so far the roads look relatively clear. No floods or anything like that. I don't see any down trees. But this is Thursday. We're supposed to get up to maybe 10 inches of rain today. Friday, I think, is supposed to be the heavier winds. Well, okay, the valley is flooded. That's not a lake out there. That's floodplains. It's the river's all flooded. So there is a lot of water out there, obviously, in the valley. Yep, because that is not supposed to be water out there. A little bit of water in the road, gathering up there. Okay, we're not going to go that way. The road is closed. Around that corner, a lot of times I guess it gets flooded. Right near a river right here. I decided my first stop would be Walmart. I need some t-shirts, some SD cards, some little mini SD cards. And so that'll be my first stop. I'll have to go around the long way, obviously. Here's the river. Oh, the river's flowing nicely today. It's definitely up a lot. Oh, the ball fields are flooded. At least that field is. I guess we won't know until later on this evening about our flight tomorrow morning, if it's canceled or delayed or whatever. Oh yeah, good old election season. Look at all those wonderful signs out there. And if you're over 40, 50, 60, whatever, I encourage you strongly to start a YouTube channel. As I've stated in a prior video, it's therapeutic. It's getting things off your chest, and who knows, you might be one of the 7-point-something% of people that gets 1,000 subscribers and up. Not too many people do, So just remember that when you're making your videos, that less than 9% of YouTubers have at least 1,000 subscribers. And I believe it's less than 3% has 10,000 or more subscribers. Just remember that most likely, if you build a channel, it's going to take you a while. It's not going to be overnight in most cases. Sometimes somebody will get a viral video immediately, get a lot of subscribers, and get monetized and all that, but in most cases it's going to take some time, so don't get discouraged. So I'm pulling into Walmart now. I'm going to go see what kind of t-shirts I can find. I need some lightweight t-shirts for the cruise. I don't want to bring anything too fancy, anything too heavy. Okay, well looky here. I found an open package for half price. Save $8. It's only $8 for 6 plain white t-shirts. Just what I need. Looks like 2 64 gigabytes mini SD cards. I think that's what I'll get. Okay, so I saved $8 on the t-shirts. So it's like putting $8 toward the $12 double pack of mini SD cards. So it's like I got those for $4. So I'm always happy about that kind of savings. I think I'm going to go to the thrift shop just for the heck of it and see if they're open today. I wouldn't doubt if they're closed. It's all the way across town, but man, here I'm going to go because I can always stop and get breakfast somewhere and another cup of coffee. So yeah, let's see what happens. I can't forget gas. I cannot forget gas. Do you know how easy it would be for me to forget gas? Especially since I'm throwing this trip to the thrift shop in and making my trip longer, and it'll give me more time to forget. I have to go into the thrift shop, back to the post office to ship some things, and then I have to get gas. Man, if I don't forget, because that's one of the primary things I came out for. My wife said, go get gas with a chainsaw in case trees fall. We're stuck inside our house or can't get out of the yard or whatever. Get chainsaw gas. I gotta get gas. In the thrift shop parking lot. And my bet is they're going to be closed. And let's see if I'm right. I don't know. There's 2 cars here and another just pulled in. But I can't actually tell if they're going to be open today. I assume the lights are on, so I assume they are going to be open. Alright, well, I'm going to pull into the front here and see what happens. All the usual suspects. So the thrift shop was open and I got a couple little stuffed animals to resell. They were $3 for the pair, and I think this one was selling for like 15 to 20 for that one, so I assume that one might be the same. And I got a vintage, I think it's Fisher Price, Playmobil boat and some figures, and I Google Lens that, and it seemed like it was selling for $20 to $30 also. I don't remember exactly, but it was $1.50. Anyway, I'm going to go to McDonald's and see if I can still get breakfast. It's not 11, so I should be able to. On second thought, I vetoed the idea of going to McDonald's. Don't want to take the time. I have a lot to do today to prepare to leave tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. But I do have to stop by the post office and ship some stuff that I sold online. Yeah, and also remember we had some breakfast and sandwiches we bought yesterday that can be heated in the microwave. So I think I'll just do that. Save some money, save some time. Go home, see if the kids are up. Get them motivated to get packed up and ready to go, because we may be able to go at some point tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be delayed until maybe the afternoon at the most, but if it's the next day, Saturday, it is. That's just what it is. We gave ourselves 3 days leeway, so worst comes to worst, we'll have to rent a car and drive down to Miami, which is about a 13 to 14 hour drive. The flight would be about 2 hours. So we're hoping to fly, but I won't cry if we don't. We'll just get a car and head on out. So, yeah, that's about it. Okay, I'm at the post office. I'm going to go in and mail these packages, and I'll show you the river and the roads on the way home one more time if I don't run out of footage, because you never know when it's going to end. I think that was something I was going to say to you, but I can't remember what it was. But anyway, always remember, in times like this, when there's a lot of uncertainty, we don't know if we're going to fly out tomorrow. We don't know what's safe, what's not safe. Are we going to drive? We don't know what's going on, but you have to just trust in the Lord that, His will is going to be done, and whatever He wants is going to come to pass. You just have to trust in the Lord. So I'm going to put it in His hands. So I'm going to go in, ship this stuff, and head to the house. Okay, so I'm just going to drive and see what we can see. We're coming to the river, and of course it's very, very high. There's the road closure right there. It's actually a nice day. I don't mind rainy days like this. I don't want the heavy wind to come. I mean, they were talking at one time like 75-mile-an-hour winds, and I think they scaled that back. And I don't know. I haven't got a latest update on the weather, so I don't think we're going to get 75-mile-an-hour winds. But they're calling for, like I said earlier in the video, 10 inches of rain today, and then a couple, 2 or 3 tomorrow. So we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, the roads are okay so far. You can still see the mountains in the distance. So there's a good chance this video will not run out. I'm not sure how much space I have on my phone right now. There's a little bit of water in the road, not much. But just remember, you don't want your time to run out without the Lord in your life. So it's very important to get right with the Lord and accept Him as your Savior. Repent of your sins. Very, very crucial, because you want to spend eternity with your loved ones in heaven, not down there in the other place. Oh yeah, the valleys come up a little bit more with water. I suspect later on this evening it'll start to come over the road a little bit. I'm not sure, but I suspect it will. Very, very dreary today, but like I said, I don't mind it that much. I'm a coffee drinker, as you know, so I'll just go home and eat a breakfast sandwich and make a cup of coffee. And yeah. Anyway, I forgot gas. Okay, the latest is there are a lot of road closings around my neighborhood area. We live on top of a mountain, and we have to go down a dirt road, and we have seen both sides of the road when we get down to the end, like a T, both sides of the road totally underwater, where we had to turn around and come back home. Well, we can't risk that because we have to get to the airport tomorrow by, I think it's 10 o'clock a.m. Most likely our flight will be rescheduled, maybe later in the day or the next day, but we have to be at least in that area. So we have that camper van. That's what we got it for. and we're going to go to the airport, stay in the parking garage in the camper van, get a little bit of food, get all prepared, all ready, and we will be there no matter what happens. That's our plans. That's the latest. So I will see you at some point. I've decided I'm just going to string together a lot of days of videos and probably make a long video, which I know is not going to be too popular. People, I don't think, like really long videos. They say keep them, 20 minutes or under. It could be an hour and a half. Who knows? But anyway, see you soon. All right, so we spent last night in this parking garage. That's my van. The wind has really been crazy, the wind and the rain. And believe it or not, our flight is still on schedule to leave. They haven't postponed it yet. I know there's reports of numerous trees down in our area. We're worried about our house. The sheriff came to our house, our neighborhood yesterday, and told everybody that there was an evacuation going on and asked everybody to leave. And said the water down at the bottom of our mountain, where there's a string of mobile homes, was supposed to be 30 feet deep if the projected rain totals were met. 30 feet deep. They said they haven't had anything like this since the mid to late 1800s. All right, the wind is still blowing, but this supposedly is the eye of the storm passing right over us. It's not raining that much. Our flight's been delayed for 2 hours now. Okay, we've been delayed again now. We're about 4 hours delayed, but I'd rather be safe. Okay, I'm sitting in the van. Now we're not going to be leaving until about 4 o'clock. And we're supposed to leave at 10:50, something like that. So we are quite a bit delayed. It's calm. We're still in the eye of the storm. We got blue skies and cloudy, but also some dark clouds around us. But it's okay. As long as we get there today, hopefully they won't end up just canceling until tomorrow. That would be the worst case scenario, because we'd have to spend another night in the garage, which it wasn't bad. We all slept pretty good. I got a little bit hot, and I had to roll my window down and put a sun shield there so I wouldn't just be out in the open. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Nobody really complained. That's what we got the camper van for, is to camp in it. So we camped, only in a parking garage. Okay, whatever. So this is a few minutes after my last update, 4-hour delay. Now our flight's been canceled completely, and it hasn't been rescheduled. So we don't know what to do. We're supposed to be at an embassy suites tonight to check in. So we're going to have to cancel that and hopefully get a refund. Our only option seems to be to rent a car, but it's a 13 to 14 hour drive, and we didn't really want to do that. And the interstate going down there through one county is completely closed because of flooding. So we'd have to contend with that. And there's probably going to be flooding in like South Carolina, Spartanburg, and different places. So we literally don't know what to do. We can't get our money back for the cruise. They will not refund the money back if an earthquake split the middle of the country. They just won't give you your money back. So we'll be out thousands of dollars on our cruise.
So we're not really sure what to do. We booked this like 8 months ago. And on the very freaking day of departure, all this happens. We don't know the status of our house because they say there's trees down on houses, there's power outages, there's 30-foot flooding, over the riverbanks. 30 feet. Fortunately, we're on top of a small mountain, so we're not affected by flooding, but we have a lot of trees in our yard, especially our front yard, which is the way the winds would be coming toward our house. So that's where the trees would fall. But wow, more and more it's kind of looking like, we're going to have to forfeit the cruise altogether and just be out thousands of dollars. So it's a shame because the boys are really looking forward to it. Man, it's a shame. I don't even know what to say. If there's anything we can do, we'll do it. But my wife is out. She's the planner, the more of the thinker than I am. I'm the emotional person, freaking out and like, what do we do? What do we do? So I'm not really sure at this point. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go find my family and see what they're up to. But yeah, and we can't get a call out either. Can't get the internet. So she's actually walking around trying to find a signal. I need to call my brother. I've called him a dozen times and can't get through. It says something like no service wherever the person's at. Now, he lives in a single-wide mobile home. I'm afraid he's been blown away or something. I don't know. And he lives close to a river, so last I checked on him early this morning, everything was fine. But it takes a while for the rivers to crest and go over their banks. Never been in this situation before. It's insane. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Wow, look at that. So apparently we're not going that way.
There's still the angles up farther.
And this is a major highway.
It's just flooded.
Okay, this is bizarre. Totally bizarre. These are people waiting to check out water. So we rented a car, tried to go home because we decided to drive. We can't get home because the river is over the road and closures all over. We can't get gas. Closes in 10 minutes and long lines to get food. This is insane, totally. Our only hope of getting there to the cruise now is literally if Allegiant comes back online. See, they went offline. Everything's offline. We can't get in touch with Allegiant. And as far as we know, they're not rescheduling. We can't reschedule, that's it. We've lost several $1,000s for the cruise, not to mention throwing the money away for the rental car and hotel, etc., and stuff like that. So hundreds of people in line waiting to check out. I've never seen anything like this. The line goes all the way in front of the inside of the store and all the way back to the back. There's the line all the way to the register, all the way over, and then it goes all the way back. And then the back, it goes all the way about halfway along the back, like a big U shape of people, hundreds of people in line. So that's it. We were in there way over an hour, standing in the long line, and it was so weird. Never had anything like this happen before around me. This is the worst that I've ever seen. There's literally no way home because of the water over the roads everywhere. I mean, we can't get home, so we had to buy enough groceries to maybe live in the back of the van for several days until this water recedes. I mean, because it's very deep. I can't get hold of my brother, which makes me nervous. I can't get hold of the neighbor who's watching our house and feeding our 2 cats. That makes me nervous because we have trees all around, and they say a lot of trees fell in the county. But people are without service. We have no internet service. We can't, right now, I can't text, I can't call, I can't do anything. Man, this is really insane. But, praise the Lord, we got food. So our only hope now, because we have to return the rental car because there's no way. I mean, between here and Columbia, it's showing like 25 problems on the highway, like maybe where people can't get by or they're stuck in traffic or whatever. And if we can't get gas, we don't know if we can get gas along the way, so we may have to just return the rental car, like I said earlier, and lose that money. There is a slight chance that we could still fly out maybe tomorrow or the next day if Allegiant comes back online and the people in Fort Lauderdale show up for work, because they said a lot of people were not showing up for work, so they're the reason they canceled today's flight. But now we can't get online because Allegiant's down, on the internet, so we can't make a new reservation. So I don't know what we're going to do. Monday morning we're supposed to go out, for our cruise, and it's looking more and more like that might not happen. And I hate to disappoint the boys. I mean, as for me, it's part of life. I'm older and things happen, and I'm not going to be, for myself, I would not be disappointed, but I'm very disappointed for my kids. I want to experience this with them, but losing thousands of dollars on this ordeal, we just can't turn around and book another cruise and book more hotel reservations, flights and stuff like that. We just can't do it. I mean, we just can't do it right now. I don't know what the future holds, but that hurts. I mean, that hits you in the wallet when you lose thousands of dollars on a planned vacation that we've planned for 8 months, and then it goes south. So anyway, we'll see what happens from here. They're paying for the groceries, which I was, like I keep saying, I mean, I just can't. It was so weird with the lights flashing and dark and people everywhere. It's very odd, very weird. Anyway, I'll give you an update when I have one. So all that food was given to us because their registers went down and they knew what our situation was. Wow, that's awesome. I don't know what was going on. I guess their power was out, and I don't know if they were running on emergency generators or what, but hundreds of people were in there shopping, and they said they were going to close at 3, but they let people in there until 3. We were one of the last ones to check out, and there were we had gotten all of our food, $130-$40 worth of food, including propane and other things like paper towels, but a lot of food anyway. It was all bagged and checked out, so I went to the van. I was going to prepare a place, to put all the groceries, and then they didn't come out for 15-20 minutes. I knew only thing they had to do was pay. That was it. Everything was bagged. So I went in there, and they were closed, but they let me come in because they knew that was my family. And as soon as they were about to pay, all the registers shut down and went offline, and they could not get their registers back online. So the 2 guys ahead of us had a lot of Pokemon cards, and of course they said there's nothing they could do. But he came over to us and said that basically to take pictures. An employee had to take pictures of everything, and that they would write it off, and they just gave it to us. It was like $130, $140 worth of groceries. And, we really thanked him, because we said we'll probably be living in the car for the next few days because we can't get to our house. Our flight's canceled. We can't fly out to, Miami to go on our cruise. So we're like stuck maybe in the airport garage, which is where we are now again. So that was a really like shining light in our day of everything going wrong against us, just to give us that food. Totally unexpected. And then the second good thing was the rental car. My wife rented and got insurance, which is not cheap. They gave her a full refund on that because she said that we didn't really get to use it. We can't really go anywhere because of the water. And we were going to, of course, try to drive down to Miami, but we realized that just it's not going to work. We can't leave this area right now. And they just refunded that. So 2 things in a row. It was pretty awesome. So we're really happy about that. Right now, my wife's and 2 kids are in the airport. I don't know what my wife is thinking. Maybe she's checking on Allegiant, seeing if they're back online, the reservations. I don't know what she's doing, but we haven't 100% given up on our cruise yet because it's Monday. Today's Friday, so we have Saturday and Sunday to figure out a way to get to Miami. I just live an ordinary life, and I'm just going to chronicle a day of my life every now and then, throw it on YouTube, and if people want to watch, they can. If they don't have to, but as I said before in an earlier video, this is for my kids. I mean, when they get older, they'll be able to look back and see this excursion, which is a crazy, unexpected, wild, differently turned excursion. We don't know where it's going to go or how it's going to end, but it's all part of the timeline of their life. So I urge everybody to do this. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you want to start a channel? Determine your goals and adjust your channel accordingly. As I've said in an earlier video, no specific niche market in my videos. It's just over 40, 50, over 60, whatever you are. You can do the same thing and share your knowledge, your wisdom, and life experiences, and just go from there. It's therapeutic. I'm going to enjoy it, whether I get 5 subscribers and 10 views on my videos, or if I get thousands. I'm just going to do the same thing, what I want to do. As I've said in some of my earlier videos, I've tried to have channels before doing things in certain niches. I ended up just not liking it. It's not fun. It's I don't want it to be like work. I just want to record what I love to do in my normal life. I don't want to have all repairing, washing machines or lawnmowers, or working on the car, or, doing this or doing, I don't want to do anything like that over and over and over and over. To me, it gets boring. I don't want to do it. So anyway, take care.
Oh, yes.
Things are crazy here too. I said things are crazy here too. Line to get gas. That's the gas line that goes all the way to the gas station a couple blocks away. Insane. It's Saturday. Last night my wife booked a flight. She was able to get through to Allegiant, and we booked a Sunday flight to Fort Lauderdale. It's supposed to leave in the morning, but now this morning we went to Allegiant, the desk, and they said that the computers are still down, the internet is still down, and all flights are not going to happen until all that comes back up, and they have no idea when that's going to be. So we may not get to go after all. And if we don't, we don't. It just wasn't meant to be. This has all been so surreal, so crazy. Long gas lines to get to the one station that seems to be open, which I don't know how they're open. I guess because they're by the airport, and maybe somehow they're, I don't know if they're special. Maybe they have a special generator because they're by the airport and they want to make sure that they're open. But nobody else around us is open for gas or food or anything. It's insane. It really is. We can't go in any direction. We can't go home because of the water. Thankfully, we got the food yesterday that was given to us. So if we have to live in the van for a few days or whatever until we can get home. I have a brother that I can't check on. I don't know how he's getting along because the phones are down, the electricity's down. I can't get to his house, so it's just crazy. So it's late afternoon now on Saturday, and as I said earlier, it doesn't really look like we're going to fly out tomorrow, even though we're rescheduled for tomorrow. They said the internet and all that, as long as that's down, they can't fly. Nothing's coming in, nothing's going out of the Asheville airport. They made that announcement not long ago. So there's an EMS guy in there, and he said that there's like, with a major road going into, like, say, western North Carolina and the Transylvania County area is 280, and he said there's big trees down on the road all over the place. And they're not able to respond to fires and distress calls because a lot of places are inaccessible. He said we might be able to fly out of Greenville. And as you get closer to Greenville, they have power. We're considering maybe, my wife is actually trying to see if we can make an appointment, or schedule a flight out of there either tonight or tomorrow and see what happens. We're not really sure. But inside, they don't have clean water to drink. They said would have to be boiled, and all the water is running out. It's like the machines, vending machines, are becoming empty. People are just getting whatever food they can. The convenience store over here on the corner, the last we saw, people were all lined up inside the store and all on the outside of the store, all the way around the store, waiting to check out with just a handful of food, from the convenience store. And gas lines were blocks long, literally blocks long. So it's really crazy. We were in there, and probably because I had 2 kids, my wife and I, some guy that works there saw that we had empty water bottles. We were going to go fill them up. And he said, you can't drink it. It has to be boiled. And he kind of looked around and just said, come here, follow me. So he ended up giving us big bottles of water, each of us, from a storage room that they have a lot of bottles of water. So that was another thing that happened to us that we're very thankful for, and kind of shows me that the Lord is watching out for us. We got free food in our time of need. We got a refund back for a rental car that, they didn't have to do that.
We have the van.
Found a lady giving away sandwiches. So we got 4 sandwiches, one for me, my 2 kids, and my wife. But they're just like giving them away. They're really good. So another good thing that's happened. We were just about to, the vending machine's getting very low, but we were about to buy some Oreo cookies. 6 of them for $2.50. A lady came up to us and said, they're giving away sandwiches over there, free food. So we went over there and got sandwiches. Good thing. So I just found out that 85 out of 87 cell phone towers are out of service in the county where I live. And 90% of customers are without electricity. All roads in the county are considered closed, literally all roads. They said there's just so much flooding, so many trees down, that just about every road is impassable. If that flight doesn't actually go out tomorrow, because that's what we decided, we're just going to take our chance there, because come to find out, we were going to go to Greenville and try to fly from there, but they said that the person said, yeah, it's open, airport's open, which we assumed they were taking, reservation for flights. But no, there's nothing going in and out, no power at all. So there's a better chance, they said, to stay here and potentially fly out of here tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. So that's what we're going to do, hang here, but still no word from toward my house. We don't know what's going on there at all. So, I am going to climb into the van, make me a cup of coffee, and I'll update you soon. Okay, so it's sometime midday Sunday, and I think we're going to try to go home. We've given up on the cruise. We've exhausted all possibilities to get there in time. As I said before, we're going to just try to get, not a refund, but just even reschedule. But we're going to try to get home because we don't know the status of our home. And the road down here that had a lot of flooding, we could see it from up here, and people were turning around. They seem to be getting through today. So we're going to try to possibly get home. I just messaged my neighbor to ask him the status of things, because he was watching over our house and our cats while we were gone. So I haven't heard from him yet, but I think the text went through. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, that's what we're going to try to do today. I think we've given up on trying to go get to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and we're now concentrating on just simply getting home, which is about a 20-minute drive from here. So we'll see what happens. Oh, another thing is devastating. I heard that when I seen photos, you can look it up on the internet, but the little town of Chimney Rock, which is a tourist area, they had little buildings on both sides of the road, souvenir shops, ice cream, restaurants, all kind of things. Wonderful little area, but I just wanted to throw that in there, that it's a very devastating situation, and people did lose their lives. So if you can donate money, donate to different organizations that's going to be helping out, especially if you can find little like churches that are going to go down and help, because the money's going to go directly to helping, as opposed to some of these bigger organizations where a lot of the money goes to staff paying salaries and stuff. Not dissing anybody, I'm just saying if you can help a little church or a church that's going to go down and help, maybe think of that route first. But anyway, they need a lot of help in different areas. So yeah, just think of people here.
Yes.
We know that FEMA has moved in, and a lot of emergency vehicles. There's been Army helicopters flying into the airport today. And now there's this convoy of vehicles, so we're trying to figure out what it is. Hey, look, the traffic lights are on down there. Oh, that's right. They're all the lights on. So they got the electricity back on in this area. Yay. Yeah, all the traffic lights down there are working. You can see the green lights, the red lights. Amen. Sunday night. Sunday night, and we have been here since Thursday. Got all the lights down there back on. Distant. It's a good thing to see. Oh yeah. Back into the van for another night. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. And tomorrow we will venture out and try to go home. See what happens. So today's Monday. We've been here since Thursday. 4 nights in the van. Today we're going to go home and see what's going on at the house. We got the cruise rescheduled for next month. They actually rescheduled, so we're very thankful for that. And yeah, we're going to go home and see what the condition of our house is. So I haven't had this kind of a ugly beard in quite a while, so be glad to get it off my face. Okay, so it's a little after 6 a.m. I'll let my family sleep, and when they wake up, we'll get a quick breakfast, coffee, and we'll be on our way down the road to see and assess the damage. So I'll see you soon. Here we go, leaving our little ark of safety back out into the world and trying to go home. It has not been unpleasant here. Okay, we got a full tank of gas. It didn't take long to wait in line, and these people are extremely well organized. All those medical trailers, American Medical Response.
Until 4 o'clock today, allowing community members to fill up containers.
It's over there.
Oh yeah, this was all underwater.
Look way up there. What? Way up there at that fence. To the right, where I'm pointing.
I can't look behind me, yeah.
Oh, stop. See, I gotta watch from
Just show the camera real quick.
your camera.
Smooth sailing so far.
On the side of the road.
Look at all the cars
Using it for internet access.
pulled off to get internet access.
We just
It's known that they have access here, so good signal. There's not much evidence of anything though, just a little bit of evidence. Other than that, it kind of looks normal. It's very surprising. Hey, the traffic lights are on. Major intersection. You can see looks like a gas line at the gas station.
Oh, look at the road. There's stuff all over.
Look at that tree out there.
Yeah, this is like,
It's like every tree's gone.
at least our house is still there.
Watch out.
Oh, there's a tree right there that goes across the road. Look at that. I can't even see through there.
If my walls.
Well, everybody, welcome back to Charlton.
Wow. Okay, so we're back home now. The road was fairly clear the whole way. Fortunately, no trees on the house. The house doesn't seem to be damaged. We have quite a few trees down in our yard on the far side of our yard. And unfortunately, they're across the road blocking 3 neighbors from getting out of their house. So we're going to have to do something about that. And it's like big trees, big trees. And it looks like a huge oak tree fell and maybe knocked down like 3 other trees in the process and brought them down in our yard. So that's going to have to be taken care of pretty soon. But it looks like my shed's safe. It looks like my 2 cars on the other side of the yard are safe. Our house is safe. So that's the main thing. This is insane. That's our neighbor's fence. Tree house through there. Lots and lots of trees. Across the road, where our neighbors have an easement, they can use that to go back and forth. Only they can't go back and forth now. So we have to get that removed as quick as possible. Right there, that wrought iron, that's like an antique gazebo that we had right here. And there's parts of it right there. It got smashed, completely smashed. That's a shame. That was a nice gazebo. Was being the key word. So just a quickie here. We got home, of course, Monday afternoon. Our house was intact. Everything was okay, you know, with the exception of one side of our yard had a huge tree down, huge oak tree that when it came down, it took like several other trees with it. So we had a tree mess on one side of our yard that's going to take us a long time to clean up because I'm not really that experienced with chainsaws and all that. I can do it, but not that much experience. We've been having planes flying over and Army choppers back and forth, bringing troops, I guess, to the Asheville airport and maybe the National Guard. I don't know who it is. You know, we've seen FEMA around. They've set up. A lot of people are just so awesome. I mean, churches are free dinners, cooking free dinners and giving to people. Even families are holding free meals at like gas stations where you can go get free meals in our area. Free water. There's big, huge dumpsters, and it says free trash, whatever you want to call it. You can throw it away for free. You don't have to pay. And the landfill local is accepting everything for free for a while. It's amazing. Everybody's just kind of like pulling together. Yeah, we got the trees removed because they were on a road. There's an easement that cuts through our land, and we have 3 neighbors that live further up the mountain. And today we got it clear. It's open. Volunteers came and did it. And just these huge trees, they cut them, and moved it over to the side. Now we have the road is clear in the front. So I've never seen anything like this. This is amazing. But we just got offered a lot of help with our trees. If you need help, all you gotta do is come down here and ask me. If you need food, water. Our power just came on, actually. And we share a well with our neighbor, and he texted me, he said power on, but the water is not on. We share that well. And my wife and I just went out there, and the little brushes were stuck together. We took it apart, and they were stuck together, therefore it wasn't filling the holding tank up. So we got that working, thankfully. And we were blessed in so many ways, because here we would have been here without water, without lights, power, or anything. But there we had all of that. So we're very fortunate. We're good. We're good to go, even though a lot of people are suffering. I'm praying for these people. I hope you do too. But we're good, and I'll see you soon.